Good morning, folks. Happy Friday. Well, we are moving forward as always with our little scene. And for those of you, once again, who are new to my channel, I am working on a short animated film. And I am doing this as a tutorial to show you that if you are working on your own film and you're doing various stages of animation or whatever, and you want to see somebody who's doing the same thing. That's me. I'm basically working on this film, and in real time, you see me doing the animation, you see me doing in betweens and breakdowns, you see me doing color, you see me editing. This series that I called Let's Animate Work in Progress is an ongoing tutorial so that as I work on this film, you get to see me doing it in real time and you get to see the various stages that I go through in real time. So as I'm finishing something or whatever I'm doing, you're seeing it. And I do all sorts of things here. I may animate something, and then I may decide in the next tutorial to edit it into something, and I'll show you that process. Just recently, I made a change. In fact, the scene that I'm working on right now is a change, a revision from what I had previously. I had a scene previously that I had animated that I decided to cut out, not use. At least at this point, I've decided to cut out and not use. And so, as a result of that, I'm doing a new scene. So, what I wanted to show you was that the entire process of doing a film and the kinds of things that you might decide to do in the process. And that's just so that if you are making your own film, you're new to it or whatever, you can see somebody doing it in real time. And maybe that will help you. Maybe. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will. It doesn't mean that it won't, but it might also be an enlightenment for those who are new to it. So that's what this tutorial is about. And there are many, many of these. I don't try to do everything in one video. If you've been following this for any length of time, you probably can see that I only put in about 20 minutes on each one of these, a little over 20 minutes, so as not to wear out the viewer. But I do these sequentially each day. I work every day on it except for the weekends. And so anyway, there you go. That's what these things are about. So, anywhoosies, I think the last time we talked, I hadn't done this in between. There was an in between here in the front. Yeah, there it is. And I hadn't finished it, and I thought I had. But it looks like, okay, it looks like I got the head pretty much right there. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe we'll just go in and darken that a little bit, since it seems like that's all right. Yeah. The cleanups will be done on a separate layer. And the way I usually do when I'm doing my own film, um, cleanup is a kind of a different thing from what it would be in the animation industry world. In the animation industry world, cleanup is a matter of a certain level of quality for the cleanup and putting things on model. And there's a lot of things that go into doing cleanup in a production system. And a lot of that comes from the fact that there are other people involved in making it. And we're all trying to make our drawings look like they were done by the same person. But when you're doing your own animated film, you don't necessarily have to be quite so, um, well, you can be as precise, in other words, as you want to be. Let's put it like that. So, what I guess I'm getting at here is there is a level of not worried about everything when you do your own stuff because if in other words, if it's good enough for you and it looks good enough, you're fine with it. Some people might, for instance, not even want to clean up their animation. Might want to leave it kind of slightly rough and paint it. And I've done that. And there will be projects probably that I'll do on this platform where I'll do exactly that. So a lot of it just depends on what it is you're trying to accomplish in your animation. So, all right, she starts to pick this box up. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to the first frame and I'm going to grab the box. I'm going to copy that, go to this next frame and then paste it. Then I'm going to move the box up to where I would think the in-between position is going to be. The box kind of slightly tilts as it's coming up. And then let's roll that to see if it's in the right spot. Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah, that's good. Okay. This is a good example of me saving myself some work instead of drawing the box and drawing, you can do all of that, but then, this is the beauty of the computer is it can kind of save you some work. You can copy, paste, and, save yourself some work. Animation is labor intensive enough without you having to do things that maybe you don't need to do. It's my daughter in the background if you're hearing that. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let's see when it's there. Okay, and we can kind of see our in-between. Your onion skin will always show, the way most onion skins work on animation is it will highlight one drawing as the drawing that you're headed to and the drawing that you're leaving from. Usually if you have an onion skin and it has a red drawing and a green drawing, the red drawing is usually where you're starting and the green drawing is usually where you're going. So that's how you can tell, where your in-between is going to be. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's working pretty good. Okay, so we've got, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Okay, so the next drawing we're going to make here is 15. So we need a drawing between here and here. So we'll add a frame there. Okay, this will be drawing 15, which will be an in-between. And let's see, I think on the heads here, I believe, yeah, I think we can use the heads, copy a head. So I think we'll copy the one that we're going to. So let's grab her whole head here. And we'll go copy, whoops, paste. And then we'll move it just enough so that we can see that it's in that slight in-between position. And let's roll the drawing. Does that look right? Yeah. Good. All right. Okay, so we got the head in the right place. We'll go in here and we'll erase the hands and the shoulder and everything because this is where we'll have to go back and try to get the in-between accurate for the rest of the body. Yeah, that's good. Also, it might be good to, at this point, put the hands in, because, that's going to be... All right, let's see, well, where she's going with the box up there. Let's try this and see what happens. We'll grab the box in her hands. And we'll go copy, go backwards, paste. And let's see if we can use this as an in-between the way it is here. We need to tilt this a little bit up. Okay, let's try rolling that. And we're just looking at the box now to see if it's in the, yeah, that looks good. It's in the right angle. Okay, good, good. That works. All right. So you see how doing that saves you from having to draw, because there's some parts of an in-between get to be a little tricky sometimes when you're trying to make that drawing, especially if you're trying to get it accurate. And you're drawing arms, you're drawing hands, you're drawing difficult things, and you're trying to get them right. And of course, I learned the hard way. I learned that I had to draw, construct, and everything. And that's obviously the best thing to do, because it does give you I don't know what's the word, a discipline that you're going to work hard to get the drawing right. But if you can save yourself a little time and work by using the copy paste thing on your computer or in your program, then I see no reason why you shouldn't use it. Because, as animation is a very labor-intensive art form. So anything you can do to speed up the process, because, the sooner you get your film done, the sooner you can work on your next film, So if you can save yourself some work and time, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see. So if we roll that, yeah. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. So, okay. 13, 15, 17. Okay, now we're getting into, okay, and up into 19. So there we're up at the highest part of the action. But actually, well, that's not the highest part. No, she's setting it down there, isn't she? 17, and she's, oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's the highest part of the action right there. So, okay, and then she sets it down at 31. Oh, I see, okay. So we're settling into this up position. Gotcha. All right. Okay, so we need to break this down. We're going to go between here and here. So we're going to add a drawing in between here and after. And this will be the first in between here we'll see is 21. So this drawing here will be 21, and that'll be a breakdown. So I'll put a line in there. And since we're going from that head to that head, let's see, are we able to trace? No, we might be able to. Let's see. Yeah, I think we could probably grab the last head here. That might work. How are we doing time-wise? We're okay, good. All right, so you take select tool, you grab the head, and you go copy, go backwards, paste. And then let's move it into the in-between position. Now on this one, you can kind of see, let's see if we need to tilt this a little bit. You can kind of see that you're going to have to deal with her hair too. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so she's coming up. Yeah, I think that's right. Ding, ding. So is that where she's coming up? Good. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's working. All right then, so all right, so what we're going to do here is we'll erase out the hand here. Okay. And the arm there and all that. And I think what we're going to need to do here is we're going to need to adjust the hair because, yes, because her hair has got to kind of follow through up into this position here. Yeah, because I kind of had her head swing around a little bit, so it looks like her hair kind of came out. Yeah, so it's kind of settling back here. Looks like I cheated it out here a little bit. Okay. Let's see. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay. All right. That's not bad. On the box, I think I might be able to do a similar thing. I can probably grab this box here in the hands. So we'll go copy, go backwards a frame, paste, and then we can move the box so that it's also in a pretty much a halfway position here. Let's see. And I think we need to tilt the box a little bit so that it's on the right angle. And let's roll that. When you're looking at parts of the action, just look at the parts that you want to make sure are moving smoothly. Like I'm just looking at the box here to see is it in the right spot. And it looks like everything is pretty good. Right, so yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. All right. So let's see. Her arm. Now let's see here. Her arm straightens out, so it's kind of starting to straighten out here. Well, that's still bent though. Wait a minute. Needs to probably be more like that. Let's roll out. So I'm watching the arm now, yeah. Arm's a little thick as it comes around. Well, I think I'll stay with it. Let's see, okay. Maybe a slight indication of the arm back behind here. Okay. Now on the legs, you can see her bent leg there, and then it comes around to here. So it's got to kind of slide around. Yeah. So you'd have probably something like this where the foot slides around. Like that. So it's there to there to there. Yeah. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I am going to have to stop here because I got stuff to do. Other stuff. I got a meeting coming up. Anyways, let's see here. Play this. Where's my... Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Great. Okay, folks. Well, we're going to stop here. All right. Look, have a great weekend. I'm going to have to take off because I got a meeting in a couple of minutes. Have a great day, great weekend. I'll see you next week. And don't forget, Jesus is Lord.